Welcome to the velvet ropes of the internet, where we break down the biggest stories and sift through the digital debris to find the pure, uncut information. You're locked in, you're tuned up, and you're about to get the truth about a ghost from 2006 that just crashed a party on Steam. And Epic Game Store. This isn't just news, folks. This is a resurrection, a return to the neon-drenched, cocaine-fueled chaos of 1980s Miami, a comeback so audacious, so completely unexpected, that it sounds like the plot of a forgotten movie sequel. We are talking about Scarface, The World Is Yours, and let me tell you, if you were a gamer in the mid-2000s, this wasn't just a game. It was the crime sandbox that dared to look Grand Theft Auto in the eye and snarl. Say hello to my little friend. For years, Scarface, The World Is Yours has been relegated to the dusty attic of cult classics. A licensed game that was somehow actually good. A game that picked up literally in the final bloody moments of the iconic film where Tony Montana, surrounded by a horde of Sosa's assassins, was supposed to die. But in the game, Tony survived. He escaped the mansion, wounded, broke, and absolutely furious, ready to rebuild his empire from a single, desperate safe house. It was the ultimate power fantasy, revenge, redemption, and riches. Now, 18 years later, a ghost in a white suit has just materialized onto the biggest digital storefronts in the world. The headline! The 2006 classic Scarface, The World Is Yours, has mysteriously appeared on Steam and the Epic Game Store. But the story behind why and how this happened is a sprawling, shadowy tale that involves a completely unknown company, a suspicious technical issue, and the promise of something that could change the modern gaming landscape forever. Optional HD graphics mode, let's rewind. The internet went into a frenzy when sharp-eyed users spotted what looked like official pages for Scarface, The World Is Yours on both Steam and the Epic Game Store. No major announcement, no splashy trailer, just there like a briefcase full of money left on a park bench. The key word on these pages, which quickly disappeared after the initial frenzy, was re-release. This implied a straightforward port of the original game. Maybe a little optimization for modern PCS, standard procedure for an old favorite, but then the details started to get dark, and the plot thickened like a vat of cartel chemicals. The Steam page description, before it vanished, contained the words that truly electrified the gaming world: optional HD graphics mode DLC. And then the promise players could experience Tony Montana's explosive comeback. In sharper detail than ever before, this is not a simple port, people. This is a re-release with potentially enhanced visuals. A remaster! A partial remake? The language is slippery, designed to both excite and confuse. But the simple truth is that someone, somewhere, has been pouring development resources into cleaning up one of the filthiest, most beloved crime games of the PS2 era, and this is where the mystery, the true, shadowy conspiracy begins. EC Digital. The publisher listed on these storefront pages was a name that absolutely nobody recognized. EC Digital, a company with no prior releases, no discernible footprint in the games industry. They literally came out of nowhere like an assassin hired under the strictest anonymity. Who are these people? Are they a front for a bigger studio? Are they a small team that somehow secured the incredibly valuable, notoriously complex licensing rights to the Scarface IP? Securing rights to a beloved film, especially one as famous as Scarface. With Al Pacino's likeness and the film's iconic music, is a legal and financial nightmare. This wasn't done by a couple of kids in a garage. The very existence of EC Digital and their sudden custodianship of the Scarface legacy suggests a massive behind-the-scenes deal that has been years in the making. A secret project kept under the tightest wraps, then the inevitable happened. After the leak, the pages were taken down, and EC Digital released a statement that was more confusing than clarifying. They blamed a technical issue for the early appearance on the storefronts. A technical issue? In this business, a technical issue is code for our launch window just got blown up, and we're scrambling to put the pin back in the grenade. Their statement did mention third parties and partners involved in the alleged re-release. This single line is the only breadcrumb we have that links this mysterious company to the established powerhouses of the industry. Who are these partners? Is it Universal Games, the original IP holder? Is it a major development studio tasked with the HD graphics mode? The silence is deafening and it only fuels the hype engine further. The genius of Scarface, the world is yours, was its sheer audacity. It was an open world crim, and that's the score on the streets for today. The Scarface rumor is real, the hype is palpable. And the mystery publisher is playing their cards closer than Tony Montana held his stash. We'll be tracking this story down to the last blood-stained dollar bill. Until next time, stay hungry, stay smart, and remember, don't get high on your own supply. Or on your own hype. E-game that didn't just borrow from GTA. It offered a completely different, darker fantasy. You weren't building an empire from scratch. You were reclaiming a fallen kingdom. The core gameplay loop acquiring the product. Using Tony's Ball's meter for slow motion combat. Managing your reputation, and most importantly, laundering vast sums of dirty cash was utterly addictive. The game had a personality, a swagger, and a license that GTA could never touch. It was visceral, it was vulgar, and it was a spectacular time capsule of mid-2000s gaming when licensed adaptations were everywhere, but rarely this good. It even had a fantastic voice double for Al Pacino, ensuring that every infamous line was delivered with the perfect amount of rage and charm. Now, imagine that experience enhanced. Imagine the Montana Mansion, the centerpiece of your empire, in shimmering HD. Imagine the neon glow of Miami streets reflecting off the hood of your convertible. No longer a blurry block of 2006 pixels, but a sharp, vibrant playground. This potential re-release is tapping into a huge, underserved market, the nostalgic, cult classic PC and console gamer who missed that perfect blend of narrative risk and sandbox mayhem. It's a game with a built-in fan base, ready to spend money on a piece of history they thought was gone forever. This whole scenario smells like a brilliantly orchestrated soft launch that went slightly sideways. Perhaps they meant to put up placeholder pages that were meant to be invisible. Perhaps the technical issue was simply a premature click of the publish button. But whatever the reason, the cat is out of the bag and the market is roaring for more information. The questions are enormous. What level of enhancement is optional HD graphics mode DLC? Is it just upscaled textures or a full lighting and effects overhaul? What about the licensing and the soundtrack? The original game was famous for its incredible 80s soundtrack. Can they secure those rights again? A Scarface game without the proper tunes is like Tony without his tie. Will this release on consoles? The original game hit PS2, Xbox, and even the Wii. A modern release would be incomplete without a launch on PS5 and Xbox Series XS. The reappearance of Scarface The World Is Yours isn't just a gaming story. It's a cultural event that proves the lasting power of 80s excess and the enduring charisma of Tony Montana. The world is truly his, and it looks like he's finally decided to claim the digital rights to his kingdom. Keep your eyes glued to every single gaming news outlet. Follow the mysterious EC Digital and their opaque movements, because the next time a storefront page appears, it might not be a leak, it might be the official announcement that the world is yours once again. And that's the score on the streets for today. The Scarface rumor is real, the hype is palpable, and the mystery publisher is playing their cards closer than Tony Montana held his stash. We'll be tracking this story down to the last blood-stained dollar bill. Until next time, stay hungry, stay smart, and remember, don't get high on your own supply or on your own hype.